Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a beautiful 2021 Lexus IS350 FSport. But before we begin, I would love to take this opportunity to thank Flow Lexus of Greensboro in Greensboro, North Carolina, for the opportunity to film this beautiful IS350 FSport. I'll be sure to leave all of Flow Lexus of Greensboro's contact information, including their website, in the description box below. Now, the 2021 Lexus IS350 FSport has not been totally redesigned from the ground up. However, it has seen a major refresh. And in that refresh, you've seen a lot of exterior changes. You've seen some interior changes, especially to the nav system. But Lexus has decided to pay more attention to focusing on things like structural rigidity, weight reduction, suspension enhancement. The result of that is going to be a better driving vehicle. The power plant of the IS350, the good old 3.5 liter V6, has not been substantially changed, but whenever you take into consideration the rigidity, the enhancements that basically make the car feel more like a performance machine, feel more steady and sticky on the road, then it actually contributes to helping how the driving enhancement of the IS350 really is. And that's one of the cool things about how Lexus operates. I love when manufacturers do tricky little things. Not necessarily so much things in the way of great, big, fat, huge, gigantic horsepower. You can only use so much horsepower on the roads legally. But as far as being able to drive the vehicle and enjoy it, I think a lot more attention needs to be paid in the tuning of the body and the suspension and reducing weight in order to really actually give it a better driving dynamic and a better feel of the vehicle itself. One of the first things that the Lexus engineers targeted in the production of the IS350 FSport suspension enhancements was increasing and enhancing body rigidity. This was done in key areas such as reinforcing the radiator side supports, increasing the number of front to side member weld points, and optimizing reinforcement structures all the way from the C-pillars to the sides of the roof. This increased rigidity helps reduce unwanted noise and vibration, but it also helps improve riding, comfort, and driving performance with enhanced response and steering input. And so what the focus of that is making sure that the drive is tight and that it's responsive, but it's also luxurious and comfortable at the same time. What you see here are hub bolts. These are not lug nuts. Hub bolts are like what you see on NASCARs or professional race cars. And these hub bolts are actually able to reduce 2 pounds of total unsprung weight. The use of the hub bolts allows for improved fastening strength and therefore to increase the rigidity to further enhance braking and handling. These new hub bolts also feature a black coating so as not to draw any attention away from the attractive new wheel designs. The new IS features coil springs that are 20% lighter than the outgoing model. There's also new A-arms that Lexus is using that feature a forged aluminum material versus the outgoing steel composition, resulting in an 18% reduction in weight. Engineers also opted for new material for the suspension stabilizer bar to optimize the diameter thickness and to provide a 17% weight reduction. Look at this rear light that goes all the way across. How awesome is that? And then you've got a little side marker light there that's lit up. But look at that. That reminds me of the LC500 kinda. And now looking at that triple beam LED headlight. Goodness, that's beautiful. The key for the IS350 is right here. And the key is just like your standard Lexus key. It's not changed much over the years. You've got lock on the top, unlock there in the middle, hold and hold. That's your trunk, that's your panic alarm. And you've also got a little slot right here that says push. So you can push that in and it's going to reveal an aluminum key, and that's going to be used in the door in the event that the battery in your key fob ever dies. In order to change the battery in this, you can see a little slot right there. You can just take the tip of that key, put it in there and turn it and pop it right open and replace your battery. So when you hit unlock once, it unlocks the driver's door. Hit unlock twice, it unlocks all 4 doors. And now let's hop into that beautiful driver's seat and take a look from the driver's perspective at all the instruments and buttons. The navigation screen is actually, I like kind of how dim that is. It doesn't take away from your ability to see the road, and it's not a distraction. I like how it's moved forward, and it's also touchscreen, thank goodness. The wheel, check out the wheel. The steering wheel is actually wood on the very top. That's such a nice touch. And also, of course, you've got your leather wrapped FSport look there with the FSport badging at the bottom, the beautiful red stitching all the way up there. It's also a heated steering wheel. Paddle shifters there on the back side. You downshift on the left and then you upshift on the right. It is a 6-speed sequential shift transmission. Check out the pattern on the inside of the driver's door here. It looks like it's moving almost. And I like how it kind of fades away right there down toward the edges. It also is a wood look there by the switches for your power windows and door locks. Isn't that nice? So you can see where Lexus is not only focusing on the driving dynamic and the fit and finish of the exterior and the suspension and body welds and all that stuff, but they're also making sure that they pay attention to the luxurious feel and of the interior. On the front face of your steering wheel, you can see over here on the left side you have mode with plus and minus and up and down. That's going to be for your stereo controls. Then you have Bluetooth controls right there below that with voice commands. And then on the right side of the steering wheel, you have a multi-directional keypad, up, down, left, right, and a little button in the middle for enter. Then you have your pages icon and your back arrow. We're going to pay attention to that in just a second because that's going to be all from your multimedia display there, right there in the middle. Then down below that, you have lane keep assist, lane tracing assist, your radar cruise distance indicator right there. Then there on the very bottom, you have your Lexus cruise control. That's where it's been just like forever. I like that. Climate control system here, and you can press auto, and then you can take this and you can slide it up and down and check that out. You can also touch at the very top or at the very bottom, and it's nice and responsive. I'm going to cut that off for now so we don't have the noise of the fan. Piano black finish. That's a really nice look. Very, very cool. Climate control is all there at the very top of that display. Auto, off, fan speed, manually adjusting. Then you have your direction, your fan output or mode. Then you have your front and rear defrost, recirculate, AC, and dual. Here's a nice little feature here. You can see there, and they're not lit up right now, but you see where it says rear, and those are indicators where there are sensors in the seats to let you know if someone in the back seat or the passenger seat does not wear their seatbelt. Really nice. Then you have media controls here, power and volume on the left, tuning on the right, and then all of your radio controls there, radio, media, seat track. And like I said, this one has the monster 1800 watt Mark Levinson surround sound system. Your controls for your heated and ventilated seats and also your heated steering wheel are all right there in front of the gear shifter. And then for the passenger side, for the heated and ventilated seats, beside the shifter you have your drive mode select, and you can see Eco, Normal, Custom, Sport, and Sport Plus. This dial allows you to adjust the drive, the ride, the feel of the IS350 FSport. If you want to drive it economically, you just turn that dial. If you want it normal or you want to have a custom setup, you can push it down, and then if you can turn it to the right for Sport and then turn it to the right again for Sport Plus. Then you've got a feature down here that's called Snow Mode. Snow Mode changes your shift points, basically to start it off in a higher gear ratio to reduce the likelihood of wheel slippage in bad weather. Then you have traction control off there to the right of that, and then brake hold. That holds the brake for you while you're at a stoplight so that you can come to a complete stop, take your foot off the brake, and it will stay stopped for you. Let's take a look at the steering wheel controls here. You can see on this multi-directional keypad, you've got up, down, left and right, and then a button there in the middle. Well, that is going to correspond. It's going to make it operate with the center display here. So let's take a look at that. The whole time I'm going to be using that one keypad to operate all of this stuff. And so right now I'm going to press down, and you can see your miles per gallon settings there, range, gear position, so that's if it's in drive, it's going to show you digitally what gear position you're in. Tire pressure, that's nice, shows each tire there. And then digitally it's going to show you the miles per hour. And I'm just still pressing down. Now I press down, and then it looks like the front of a car right there that is displayed. So I'm going to push the lane trace assist button on the bottom left of the right side of the steering wheel. And lane trace assist, steering assist is active. Lane centering is active. So that's the feature that it's going to see the lanes on the road, the lines, via the camera that's mounted behind the rear view mirror, and it's going to actually nudge the steering wheel left and right in order to keep you in the middle of your lane there. That's a nice feature. We love that. So we'll make it so that the steering assist is active and that the lane centering all active there. And now I just hit the pages icon. This is one of the coolest features of the IS, in my opinion, or the IS FSport. So to see this pages icon, I press that and you hear that motorized sound. That motorized sound is the Lexus LFA Inspired Dial. So this is actually what the speedometer and the layout of the LFA looks like. Isn't that awesome? And that is actually moving. That's not a digitally enhanced trickery or anything. That is actually moving. Listen. I absolutely love how that works. So I'm going to move it out of the way, and then you can see on the left side that I'm going to be using my down, left, up, right arrow keypad there, the multi-directional keypad there again. And so now I have drive info. And so this is basically the same display, the same setup that I showed you earlier that was inside the gauge cluster, but now it's made bigger over on the left side by hitting the pages display. Check out the G-force indicator there, gear position, tire pressure. So it's got all that stuff. Now I just pressed that directional keypad to the right, so there's my compass. Audio was off. If it were on, it would show me the function that's on, whether it's Bluetooth or AM or FM or whatever the case may be, or CD. This still has a CD player. And then there's my safety features. That's if the radar cruise control were active right now, it's going to show all that. No messages, that's warning messages. And then here are a ton of settings. So these are going to be driving and safety features right there. So this allows me lane centering. It's on. We remember that from earlier. And then the alert. So check this out. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but the steering wheel is vibrating. So that's how you cut that on and off whenever it's warning you that you're getting out of your lane. Sensitivity is high. Curve speed reduction is high. PCS is pre-collision system. The sensitivity of the pre-collision system activity there. Blind spot monitor is on. So you've got all of these different features all right there. Then once you get to the very bottom of this settings menu, you've got vehicle settings. So that is just all so cool. I'm going to hit the back arrow, then meter settings. Drive info 1. So you can change it around to different drivers specific. Man, that is just so cool. All of that is found inside that pages icon by sliding the dial to the left or to the right. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this dynamic keypad with the haptic feedback, and on some portions of it I'm going to be taking it and pinching it and zooming in and out by resting my fingertips on the pad and then pinching it in and out, and it will allow me to zoom on the screen. So let's take a look at that. You see the yellow lines there on those screens that represent streets? Let's zoom in a little bit here. those yellow lines and those green lines that are along the routes there on the map are showing me in a real-time way what the condition of traffic is like. So I'm going to zoom out there, and I'm pinching it right now. So you can see where it's yellow on the outside edges of those streets, and then where it's green. That gives you an indication of the traffic level and what actual traffic situation is like, whether it's congested or not. Just hit the menu button right on the top of that haptic feedback pad, and you can see there on the far left it's got all kinds of different selections. So destination, audio, phone, apps, projection, info, setup, and climate. So as far as destination is concerned, over on the far left, these are the different ways that I can search for a destination. Search, I can search by, right there, typing it in, or using my voice right there, where would you like to go? I'm going to go back. I can go destination assist, and this is a subscription-based thing, and that's what you get for free for a number of years. Favorites, recent, emergency, that's going to be like nearest Lexus dealership, nearest fire station, hospital, police station, and whatnot. Then I'm going to hit the down arrow, and I really like the haptic feedback inside this pad. It's much stronger than it has been in years past. Then I have address, let's just say 123 Main Street, point of interest, restaurant, hotel, ATM, bank, shopping center, that type of stuff. And then I can actually search my for a destination by contacts, and it pulls it from my phone. So if I have a contact memorized and I actually have their street address in there, I can find their destination or find their location by that. Isn't that cool? Hitting menu again, I can go audio, and this allows me to go to audio source, and you can see all there, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth. And then I can reorder that audio screen, and that's really nice. I can put, let's say I just listen to Bluetooth more often than anything else. I can select the whatever I want. I can select Bluetooth, and then I can go here with the arrow and put it at number 1. Isn't that nice? So now Bluetooth audio is number 1 as my number 1 source. I really like that feature. Pressing menu again, there's phone, then there's apps, infotainment. I can update that. You see there at the bottom it says update. I'm not going to do that now. I would recommend doing that if you get this as a new vehicle, so you update and you have the latest version of the software. But if we did it right now, it would kind of get in the way a little bit. And then we're going to go to projection, and that makes it so that if your phone is paired or you have a compatible device via the USB port, it does not have wireless projection right now. You do have to do that via the USB port, but you can plug that in and you can project whatever's on your phone through onto the screen. That's pretty cool. Info, and this is all going to be about the car. So eco, and that's going to give you your fuel economy. Traffic incidents, that lets you know what's going on nearby if you want to find out what's going on near you or on your current road, if there are any incidents or accidents. Weather, and this will show you, and this uses HD radio technology to show you the nearby forecast, and I can see what my 3-day forecast is going to be right there. That's a pretty neat handy dandy feature, so that if you're wanting to know what weather's going to be like. And then let's go setup. This is the screen that's really important to go to if you're first getting the IS350 FSport, so that you can go here and you can set up the vehicle in these categories on the left side: general, Bluetooth, audio, phone, voice, vehicle, and it just allows you to be able to set the vehicle up exactly the way you want to set it up according to how you use it, so that it makes it more personal, so that the vehicle is more yours. I would really recommend doing this early on when you get the vehicle, so you don't delay doing it, because the faster you're able to basically personalize the car and to make it your own, the more you're going to enjoy it. It's so neat. And the more things that you can show your friends that your Lexus will do that their car will not. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for our look at the 2021 Lexus IS350 FSport all-wheel drive. I would like to say another huge thank you to Flow Lexus of Greensboro in Greensboro, North Carolina, for the opportunity to film this beautiful Lexus IS350 FSport all-wheel drive. Be sure to check them out on the worldwide internet machine, Flow Lexus of Greensboro.com. Thanks so much, everybody. But remember, the most important thing of all, have a wonderful day, everybody.